Okay, so here you see why we are calling split means we have separate unit for indoor and separate for outdoor. For example, you see in this image, this unit is indoor and this unit is outdoor. Hmm. And remember this indoor unit also known as FCU, fan coil unit. And this type of FCU which we can install on the wall we can call as high wall. This is high wall, you know, this type of you'll find on the wall. So this FCU, only indoor unit, we can call FCU, and this type of FCU is high wall. And why we are calling FCU? FCU means fan coil unit. Inside you'll find the fan and coil. Which coil? Evaporator coil, because it's an indoor unit. And you see this indoor unit is connected with the pipe, copper pipe to the outdoor unit. So you know the four components: compressor, condenser, expansion, and evaporator. The four components now is divided into two units. One is a high side and second is a low side. High side means outdoor unit, low side means indoor unit. In high side means outdoor unit, you will find compressor and condenser, and in indoor expansion and evaporator. Okay, with the fan motor, with the control, electrical control box, etc. Okay, but the major component is divided into two machine, and these two units is connected with the copper pipe. And with this copper pipe, one is liquid line and second is suction line. I'll explain this, don't worry. And the refrigerant will flow in this unit, or in this pipe. Okay, so concept is same. In window you see all the components in one unit, so it's interconnected, so refrigerant is flowing. But here is four components divided into two machine, so we are connecting the lengthy copper pipe to flow the refrigerant. That's it, the major difference. We have some more options we'll discuss now. Let me play the video. In this video, first you'll find outdoor unit, then indoor unit. Mini split or split.
All previous processes feed into the mini split assembly line, where
you see this is the base of outdoor unit.
Indoor and outdoor units are assembled and tested.
Next,
before.
Fan motor, and this fan motor to connect what, or to cool what? Condenser. So this is condenser fan motor. You can call this a condenser fan motor.
Packing. Starting with the base.
You know, compressor.
Condenser fan with support, compressor, condenser coil, and interconnecting.
You see this L shape is what? Condenser. It can be L shape, it can be U shape, it can be round, depend as per the model. And you can find the fins also. So this is condenser. So compressor and condenser, the major components in outdoor unit.
Copper tubes and coil guards are added.
Can you find the valve? See this valve made of a brass, and one valve is to supply the refrigerant from outdoor to indoor. One valve is for suction. Okay. But now you see the same refrigerant will flow out from the outdoor, and the same refrigerant will suck back by the outdoor. No? But why this difference in dia in valves? You see, one valve is a smaller dia and another is a somewhat big in size, means dia. Why this difference? When the refrigerant is flowing out from the outdoor, what will be the state of refrigerant? Liquid or vapor? Liquid, because after condensation. After condensation, the refrigerant will come out. So the the state of refrigerant which is coming out from the outdoor is liquid state. Then it will supply to the indoor expansion, then evaporator, and change from liquid to vapor, and suction back to the outdoor is in vapor, right? So it means one is a liquid line and one is a gas line. Technically we used to call gas line as suction line. So remember, always suction line diameter is bigger than the liquid line. The smaller one is a liquid line, means outdoor to indoor direction of flow, and this is a bigger line means indoor to out. Why this difference? Because when the refrigerant changes phase from liquid to vapor, you know, whenever a substance change means phase from liquid to vapor, the volume increases, na? So for that reason the diameter is bigger. So remember, and you can update this point in the notes also. After page number 25, you'll find the detailed drawing for split. I'm going to rotate this. I'll use as a landscape. So here, so you know, this is actually SPU is written, but you can update this as FCU, and the type is high wall. We have a separate topic for FCU and AHU. We'll discuss in detail. At present, remember, this is a high wall FCU. fan coil unit, and this is what CU means, condensing unit, outdoor unit. Okay, so you see indoor to outdoor, this pipe which look like a single pipe, but if you see the section and you see detail F is given in the left side in large view, you'll find pipe 1, pipe 2, and both the pipe with insulation, because insulation is required not to lose the energy. Okay, because the refrigerant is flowing means it may lose or it may gain the heat, na? Okay, so we require insulation on both the pipe. And all this pipe with the cable. Why cable is required? If electrical people give the supply to the outdoor, the indoor receive the supply from the outdoor. Or else if the electric, as per the model, if the electrical people give the supply to the indoor, the outdoor will receive the power from indoor. So this cable is your means this cable, this running a cable from indoor to outdoor comes under mechanical scope, but giving the supply to the unit comes under electrical. Okay, so you'll find this cable also. So these two pipe with insulation cable all will run with a 3-inch PVC conduit, just to protect that all this insulation, copper pipe, etc. as per standard. But in actual practice in India, you'll not find this PVC conduit. But as per standard, all should run, all pipes should run with the 3-inch PVC conduit or more than that as per the requirement. So here you see this is a bigger diameter, so you can write this as what? Suction line. And this is what? Liquid line. Suction line, and next is a liquid line. And you know the metal is copper most commonly. You know this brazing. Brazing and dehydration means vacuumizing, extracting the air from the heat exchangers, then refrigerant charging in compressor in gas state.
To brazing, units are pressurized for air leaks and dehydrated. Final assembly, including electrical control box and wiring, permits one last functional test prior to packaging and stocking in the finished goods warehouse.
Can you see the nameplate online? Get some more technical information from this nameplate. You see, first is the power, volt, phase and hertz, and here this will vary as per location also. So in India mostly we're dealing with the 50 hertz, but in Saudi 60 hertz, in US also 60 hertz, in Dubai 50 hertz, Qatar also 50, depend. And this volts also will vary. In India we are dealing with the 3-phase means 440 volts, but in Saudi 380 volts, and single phase 220, but in Saudi 110. So this power voltage definition, this will also vary as per location. And FLA is what? Full load ampere. An ampere is a unit of current. You see, all this unit belongs to electrical side, but ampere is current, volt is for voltage, and watt is for power, etc. So FLA is a full load ampere. This means when the machine is running at full load, how much current is required. It's not visible, but you can read here 15. Is this visible? Next you see LRA. LRA is what? It's a locked rotor ampere. Locked rotor ampere means when the machine is off, the compressor is in lock state, na? Means in stationary. So when you switch on the compressor, we required some extra energy to start that. I'll give you a simple example. When you run a bicycle, when you start a bicycle, we required more force on first pedal, and when you start, then in the running you can run easily. So similarly, LR is we can call as starting current. Starting current is more is required, and I think you can notice this whenever you switch on the refrigerator or AC, you'll find some fluctuation when you start, because starting current is more. When it starts, then it will be normal. So usually starting current is 19.2. So LRA is more than FLA. Then HP is a power. Similarly, some more information which is given in the notes. Like you see all this point, you can find in page number 26. FLA, LRA, HS and LS. HS is a high side pressure, and high side pressure as per standard, first plate 270 to 300 psi. It may vary as per make also. LS low side is 150 to 170 psi. For additional information, generally this information will take care by the service people. But as an engineer dealing with the installation or design, you should have the basic of this service also. Types of compressor is also given. If you don't know this type, just find out in YouTube how this reciprocating works, how this this rotary scroll centrifugal. So as a mechanical, I think you know this. If you don't know, please type in YouTube and find out how this will work. Okay. So in present market, most commonly you'll find scroll and screw for split, for ductable split, even in chiller. But if the capacity is very high, then we can go for centrifugal. Okay. And reciprocating is, you see, reciprocating means moving parts are more and the efficiency is limited. So generally, you'll not find this reciprocating compressor in commercial and residential equipments. But for industrial, still many in industrial application equipments, you'll find reciprocatory. Why? Because the maintenance is easy if you use reciprocating compressor. Maintainability is easy. We can repair even on site also. So for that reason, you'll find reciprocating in industrial equipments, air conditioned equipments. Okay, next, one more important point, the length between the copper pipe. You see, suppose this is an indoor and somewhere here is outdoor. We require the copper pipe connection, na? Indoor, outdoor. So generally, when you purchase this split unit, split machine, you'll get 3 boxes. One is for indoor, one is for outdoor, and one more box. In this, you'll find the copper pipe. So maximum manufacturer will provide 10 feet copper pipe with the machine. But if the distance between indoor and outdoor is more than 10 feet, we need to go for additional pipe. So generally up to maximum manufacturer is offering up to 30 feet limit. Going beyond that, then you must contact the manufacturer so that they can increase the capacity of compressor. Or else you'll not get the required cooling. Okay. So anyhow, when you purchase with the manufacturer catalog also, you'll get the maximum limit. And if the copper pipe increases, they need to go for additional refrigerant also. The service will go for additional refrigerant, and for that also some simple calculation by service people, and according to that they will charge the refrigerant as per the length of the pipe. Okay, within 10 feet means directly there will no additional refrigerant is required. More than 10 feet, again simple calculation, based on that they can add. So these are some additional information related to the split. But I think you got the idea how this will work. And what we learn, you see, this is the first type in a split, that is high wall type. We have 2 more types in a split. And 2 more types means in the other 2 types, this indoor unit will change. But the mechanism is same. Technically, you see, this is high wall split. Second, we have a cassette type. And third, we have freestand or tower type. Technically, all are same. But the change in the shape of indoor and the indoor installation location also different, and with that we'll get some additional advantages. So that we'll discuss, but the mechanism is same, indoor, outdoor, same refrigerant is flowing, same components, etc. But the shape is different. So this conclude the first type, high wall split. Okay, high wall split system. So what we learn. So generally the default split means the high wall. Generally, if I talk about the split system, means I'm talking about high wall type, means with a high wall FCU. Okay, but in some condition or as per the interior, if this type is not applicable, we have other 2 options. Let me open the same. You see, the second type is cassette. You see, here is outdoor, indoor, and indoor is a ceiling suspended type, not wall type. High wall is a wall type, but this cassette is the ceiling suspended type. So how it will install, anyhow, I'll play one small video clip, you will get the complete idea. So here you can find only the panel, and the remaining unit is above this unit is above the false ceiling. So this type of unit we can also call as recess type units. But technically this indoor unit is a cassette type FCU. This, because again this is FCU, but which type? Cassette. But the system is what? We are connecting to outdoor unit with a limited capacity. So this FCU, cassette FCU, we are using to connect to the outdoor unit, and in that refrigerant is flowing. So the system is again split. Why I'm explaining this? Because this cassette unit is common for other systems also, like this cassette FCU, we can connect with the VRF also. We have a topic. Even this cassette we can connect with the chill water system also. Okay. So at this level we are connecting to outdoor, and refrigerant flowing means this system is split and this unit is cassette FCU. Okay. So don't get confused. So this indoor unit is common for other systems also. Okay. But at present we are talking about split. And in this split, cassette type. So the advantage of this, for the first advantage is interior point of view, it's good. You see, if I go for the high wall, the box on the wall, na, but here you see the unit is above the false ceiling, only the panel is visible. So maximum time the interior demand this. In generally in conference room, in meeting room, or in manager's room, in high class areas, the interior asks for this cassette. Mainly the reason is as per the interior point of view, as per the client requirement. Okay, but it can be other reason also. Sometime you'll not get the clearance on the wall to install high wall. In that case also we can use this. So let me play the one video clip so you'll get the complete idea about this high wall type split. Before this, quickly the advantage and disadvantage of high wall, then we'll talk about cassette. So you see window is done. I split type high wall just now we did. We'll discuss cassette and freestand. Capacity for all this 0.75 to 3 TR in general. It may vary as per make and location. In general, for interview point of view. Next, you see the advantages of high wall type. No exposed wall is required. Like window, because outdoor we are placing completely outside. Na? Only we required to run the copper pipe through the wall or through the slab as per the clearance available, and we can connect to the indoor. So we can install the FCU, high wall type FCU, on any wall, even on partition wall also. Next, noise is less because the compressor is completely outside. Na? Look nice in interior. Compare with what? Compare with the window. The high wall interior point of view is good. But again, if you talk about high wall, the cassette will have more advantage. Okay. Next, low maintenance and low initial cost. Low initial cost again compare with the higher the central air conditioning system, not with the window. Compare with the window, the cost is more. But overall, the costing is limited. Okay, it's available with around 30,000 or up to 50,000, 1.5 to 2 TR with even 5-star rating. 55,000, 1.5 TR. Recently, someone purchased 55,000, 1.5 TR, 5-star rating. So as the rating increases, the cost also increases. 3-star rating around 33,000. Okay, general market, it may vary as per location also, and as per the brand. If you go for Daikin, the costing is high. LG, Carrier also somewhat expensive. We can normal range is a Samsung, LG, etc. Okay, next. So back to the topic. Disadvantages. Ventilation is not as per ASHRAE or as per standard. Why? Because if you talk about this high wall here, the same air circulate. So let me complete this video quickly first. Then we'll talk about this what cassette. So I'll show you the circulation. So this is about the outdoor. Next, indoor.
The indoor unit assembly starts with.
You see, this is high wall indoor, and here's a base. And can you find the blower? Okay, this is a type of fan blower. And remember, if you talk about FCU, the blower will directly connect to the fan motor shaft.
The back panel, followed by the blower fan motor.
You see, this fan motor shaft is directly connected to the blower. No? So this is also one major difference between FCU and AHU. AHU will discuss later, but at that time, remember this, we'll discuss this point. Okay, FCUs are direct driven, AHUs are belt driven. At present, FCUs. Next. See, I'm mixing some points, so don't get confused. In the next future classes, we'll discuss about, we'll discuss about AHU and we'll compare with the FCU, etc. Next.
Evaporator coil.
Next, this is what evaporator coil, and somewhere on that side you'll find the expansion device also.
Electrical control box, wiring harness, functional testing.
And you see in this expansion, in this evaporator coil, in between you'll find the sensor also, return a temperature sensor. which will continuously monitor the return temperature and control the compressor, like yesterday we discussed. Okay, so the mechanism is same for controlling the compressor is same for all the units. Next.
And front panel fixing. It then moves to packaging.
You'll find the different models. So on screen in this model, so in model, you see point 1 to point 2 is what? Suction grill, returner grill. In some model, the suction from the top. In some model, when you switch on, you'll find some mechanism. The panel will push to front side to get some space for suction. So depend. So in this model, 1 to 2 is a return grill, and 2 to 3 is supply. And at present, this outlet is off, means it's closed. When you switch on, the blade will open and it will swing if you switch on the swing option. So this is outlet, and this is means this is supply, and this is return, right? And you see, supply return means within the room only, na? So is there any option for fresh air? No. So there is no option for fresh air in this. Okay. So if you want fresh air, you need to go with the separate unit that we can call FAHU, that we'll discuss later. So whenever suction take place, in the panel you'll find the filter, and you'll find the filter in the this window panel also. Normally plastic screens, because plastic screen is not a standard filter, but in Windows split you'll find generally plastic screens. If you talk about ductable unit, you'll find the standard fibrous filter. Okay, but at present this normal plastic screen. So filter, after that filter, cooling coil, and in the cooling coil you'll find the temperature sensor, which will continuously monitor the return air temperature. And return air temperature is responsible to control the unit. Then it will loses the heat, means when it pass through this evaporator coil, loses the heat and moisture and come out as cool and dry air. Same concept. Okay, but same air circulate, so there is no question of fresh air ventilation. Okay. Apart from this, one more important point, you see, running cost is more compared than chiller. This point is common for all DX system, and after learning chiller we can compare. Next, skilled technician is required for installation on site. Window means it's like a plug and play, but for split, on site installation of indoor, outdoor, then copper pipe brazing, then extracting the moisture and air from that pipes, then refrigerant releasing. So all this thing required a skilled technician. No doubt this also not a lengthy task, but means electrical or electrician or anyone cannot do this. It is a technician is required who know all this. Okay. Next, apart from this, one more important point, the drain pipe. So remember, so we discussed this two pipes, na? But you'll find one more pipe, and this point is important. May ask in interview. At present, we are talking about FCU. We have AHU also, that we'll discuss later. We have a separate topic in this chapter only. So if you talk about AHU or FCU, you'll find three pipes. Two pipes you already know. One is liquid line and second is suction line. The third pipe is drain pipe from the FCU and will not connect to the outdoor. Okay, so three pipes from the indoor, two pipe will connect to the outdoor copper pipe, and the third pipe is a drain pipe. You see here in this you'll find suction plus liquid line and with the PVC. So it's two pipes is looking like one only, but the third pipe is here, drain pipe, and drain pipe generally PVC pipe. Okay, and why drain pipe is required? Because when the machine is running on the evaporator coil, condensation of what? Room air moisture, this. So at the bottom the water will collect, and this water must reject, or else after some time what happens, the level increases and it will leak from the indoor unit, or else it may suck by the air and throw like air cooler, or the wall will damage. Okay, so you must drain this condensed water. So for that we require the third pipe called drain pipe. Okay, and the drain pipe you'll find in the detailed drawing also. You see this suction line, liquid line, and one more pipe which is going down. You see condenser drain pipe. Okay, but condenser and drain pipe, when you're connecting, example, you can update in your notes, side view of the wall, and this is the floor level, and on the wall generally above 6 feet will install high wall. Suppose this is the indoor unit. So here liquid line, suction line, which will connect to outdoor, will not discuss because that is already there in the notes. But the third pipe, Here I'm taking from the right side. You can take from right side or left side, or directly take out from the center through wall to out as per the option. But for example, I'm taking right side, and right side state, and this is concealed in the wall concealed, not visible. We'll go for chipping like PVC pipe in the cable pipes na? Like concealed. So this pipe we are taking straight down, then taking out. And remember, always this pipe level should be lower than that. The level should be lower than that unit. Why? Because generally, except a few units, the drain of water with the gravity only. In some model, you will find the inbuilt pump also. That we'll discuss later with the split. But generally, high wall means without drain pump, the water will come out with the gravity. So this pipe level always with some inclination, with some slope, and with the lower level compared to the unit, so that the water can reject out. And this is what? This is PVC. Yes, Rahman, PVC drain pipe. So PVC drain pipe, and you see this drain pipe we can connect to where? Generally to the nearest toilet flow drain. Suppose here is somewhere is a toilet. Okay. So toilet door, and we'll take this pipe, and suppose here is a flow drain. Flow drain pata hai na? So we'll take this pipe, and will not connect directly here. We'll leave near to the flow drain. But one more important point to discuss, directly will not connect like this. Use a drain pipe. Sorry, we'll use a U-trap. Before connecting, we'll use a U-trap like this. And U-trap, I'll draw the detail here. U-trap is simple. A loop like this. This single line is a double line, and always water present in this. And this is called U-trap. So U-trap for what? To create water seal. Whenever pressure increases from this side, the water flow. And always some water will be available in this, and this will create a partition between this point 1 and 2. So there is no chances of suction of bad smell from that toilet or where you connect this pipe, and there is no chance of means even the insects also may travel na? So there is no chance of insects also. If you not use this U-trap, what will happen? Here the fan is running inside. The fan may suck the bad smell, and that may affect to the quality of air. So U-trap is must. So when you are installing, you must take care of this U-trap. Okay. So you can write U-trap is used. Write the point. U-trap is used to create water seal. And this is not only for high wall. This is not only for high wall. For all the FCUs and AHUs, we require drain pipe with U-trap. Okay. Later when we talk about the AHUs also, we require the same PVC drain pipe with U-trap. So with this we did high wall. Let me play video for cassette. Cassette is simple. See, in this video you'll find the cassette type FCU with some additional advancement or some new options which is done by Daikin. So you just verify the new option, but at the same time follow the basic components. You see, this middle one is a suction grill, return grill, and here 1, 2, 3, 4 is a supply outlet. In this model, even in the corner also you will find the supply. So it's a round flow by Daikin. But generally with other manufacturer you'll find 4-way flow, not in the corner. So these are some new option. You see, this picture is below false ceiling, right? You can find only the panel. and this is written, and these are 4 outlets. This is what? This is above false ceiling, right? Means this unit is above the false ceiling, recess type, concealed, which not visible. Only the panel is visible. Next, if you remove this cover, the middle one is the blower, right? And this is what the round shape is what? Which coil? Evaporator coil. The same. Only the shape is different. But the concept, the mechanism is same. So when you switch on this unit, the blower will suck the air from the center, from the room, and supply to side. And the air will come out through this cooling coil, loses the heat and moisture, and come out as cool and dry air from this outlet. Okay. And on this coil, condensation will take place. So at the bottom, you'll find the passage, drain tray. So the water will collect. But remember, this unit we are installing in the false ceiling. So we cannot take the PVC pipe below the false ceiling level. It's not allowed. Okay, because below the false ceiling, if you run the PVC pipe, means the client or the interior will not accept. So you must take the pipe above the level or with the same level of unit. So above the level or same level of unit, if you connect the drain pipe, will not drain with the gravity. So we require drain pump. So remember, in all cassette type FCU, you'll find the inbuilt drain pump. So to drain the condensed water, I'll show you. You'll find filter also here. You see copper pipe. Again, this will connect to the outer unit. The same, because this is a type of split. Split system. So you'll find the outer unit. Same concept. Only the shape of window is the FCU type is cassette. Next, quickly I'll jump to this flow drain. See drain mechanism. The above is a cooling coil, below is a passage, means drain tray. The water will condense on this. Drain pump. You see, for this model, we can connect the pipe above 850 mm. This may vary as per the capacity or unit of the drain pump, and connect to the drain pipe. In this case, U-trap is not must, but if you add, that will add advantage. And if you want multiple units, you'll find the circuit of a drain pipe. Unit 1, unit 2, unit 3 all will connect to one pipe, and we can run one pipe to the flow drain or near the flow drain. Okay, so this is about cassette. Capacity is same like high wall, but installation is a ceiling suspended. So we have some advantages. What are those advantages? You'll find in the notes. You see, the first advantage is interior. Look nice in interior. And second is what? Uniform distribution of air. Because you see, we are installing, it's a ceiling suspended type, and it's like a diffuser. It will supply the air to 4 sides. Compared with the high wall, in high wall, the distribution of air is poor. Only one side flow. But here, uniform distribution of air. The remaining same as high wall. Next, with internal drain pump. One more advantage you can add here. Point number 4. Fresh air can be added. Means we can provide the ventilation. Fresh air can be added. Means, you see, this panel is below the false ceiling. The unit is above the false ceiling. So above the false ceiling, we can run the fresh air duct, and we can connect to the suction site. Okay. So here You see, above the false ceiling, I can run, for example, this is a fresh air. I can run the fresh air and a branch I can connect to the suction side. So we can add the fresh air also. Disadvantage, the initial cost is high compared with the high wall. High wall means 25 to 40% max, and the remaining same as the high wall. Okay, next. You see application, office, restaurant, showrooms, or big areas like halls. You can strike these auditoriums because generally not used in auditoriums because it's a double height. Please strike this. Big open areas we can use because in big open areas, if you go for high wall, will not cover the middle area. Okay, so we can go for cassette for uniform distribution of air. Selection as per the client requirement. As per client means interior. Again, the interior requirement based on the client requirement, or as per site condition. Sometimes not get the clearance to install high wall. In that case, we can go for the cassette. Next, one more type we have, that is freestand, also known as floor stand or tower type. Freestand means you can find the image here, and freestand means don't think that it's a single unit and we can move like air cooler. No, freestand we are calling because we can install anywhere on the floor. But once you install this indoor unit and this also FCU, this tower type FCU, again this will connect to the outdoor with the copper pipe, two copper pipe with the drain pipe. So once you install, we cannot move. Okay, so don't think that it can move freely. No, with the name. No, package is different. Okay, in pack, you see, in case of tower type FCU, you'll find only evaporator and what? Fan with the filter, means evaporator means cooling coil, fan, filter, etc. You'll not find compressor and condenser. No? So you cannot compare this with the package. In package, we'll discuss. We have a topic. In package is like a window. All the components in one. That we'll discuss later. So this is a indoor unit again, and this indoor unit with the copper pipe will connect to the outdoor unit. Suction line, liquid line, and one drain pipe with the U-trap. Same mechanism. Only the shape of indoor is the floor, this tower type. Okay. So if sometime what happen, you'll not find the clearance on the wall. You'll not find even clearance on the false to install the this cassette on the false ceiling. I'll show you one image. In that case, we can use this, or else many times the interior demand as per their interior requirement. And remember, maximum time, if you're dealing with the split system, you need to follow the interior requirement because interior will decide complete interior design. So according to that, which type of unit will fit as per the requirement, as per the client requirement, which suits the interior requirement, which suits the type of space. So they will demand. Okay, so you must follow this. If technically not accept, then you can discuss with them. For example, they are asking for this cassette, but about the false ceiling, the clearance is very less. We cannot go for cassette. Minimum 1 feet is required, or at least 10 inches, so that we can install. If there is only 6 inches gap between the false ceiling and the slab, then we cannot run. We cannot go for cassette. Technically, it's not accepted. In that case, we can discuss, but initially follow the interior requirement. So sometime what happen, as per the site condition, here you see, in this case, in this image, you see the wall is covered with all interior LCD, etc. And false ceiling also with some designs. So there is no option for high wall. There is no option even for cassette. So the option is freestand. Or else, as per the arrangement of furniture layout, etc., the interior is demanding for this freestand. Depend. Okay, so in this freestand, suction from this side and supplies here. But if you talk about this, the suction from the front and supplies here. Depend. Okay, but the same cycle: suction, supply, cooling coil, filter, then condensation. This copper pipe connected to outdoor. Options are same. Okay, the shape is different. So it can be installed after interior work also, because one opening is required to run the copper pipe. Okay, but in case of cassette, after interior means the false ceiling will damage. In case of high wall, the wall will damage. But here one opening is required just to run the copper pipe. It can be used without means false ceiling. Without false ceiling, we can if I go for cassette, it's not accepted. So we can go for this. Disadvantage: the cost is high because a big tall tower body So the initial cost is more even than cassette. Then it will capture some area in the floor. No? In some limited space, it is difficult. Selection as per client, as per site condition, or if you decide to go for air conditioning after completing the interior, then we can go suggest this one. So it will go for the minimum damage. This is a central air conditioning system, and in the central air conditioning system, the first option is ductable split. And ductable split is a bigger version of split, and this we'll discuss in the next session. Okay.